Welcome everyone. Let's begin our lesson for today by going over the learning goals and success criteria. First, what are we learning? We're learning how to recognize patterns in the graphs of exponential functions and how to determine how base values, coefficients, and constants will affect the graph of an exponential function. How are we learning it? Through the Graphing Exponential Functions Desmos Discovery assignment. When can we use this information? To complete a variety of tasks through trial and error rather than having to be formally taught the procedures. How do we know we learned it? By getting a score of 4 on the Graphing Exponential Functions Desmos Discovery assignment. Now let's take a look at our agenda for today. We will begin by going over the learning goals and success criteria. While we do that, you'll fill out your Get It Started. Once you've completed the Get It Started, we'll go over it together and answer any questions that you may have. After that, I'll give you time to complete the Graphing Exponential Functions Desmos Discovery assignment on Desmos. Once you've completed the assignment, we'll go over it together and answer any questions that you may have. At the end of class, we'll go back over our learning goals and success criteria while you fill out your Before You Go. Your only homework for tonight is to continue working on the Exponential Function Study Guide and any incomplete assignments that you may have. Let's talk now about how to sign in to Desmos to complete your work. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on the link to go to the assignment, and it should take you to a page that looks kind of like this. And right here where it says sign in with Google, we're going to click there. It's going to pop up with our email accounts. You're going to click on your school email account, and it should already have you logged in because you should have already been logged in using Google Classroom. From there, I'm just going to click Start the Activity, and it will take me into the assignment and allow me to begin. So that's how you will log in to Desmos using Google. Let's take a look now at the Graphing Exponential Functions Desmos Discovery assignment. So our assignment begins here with our learning goals and success criteria. Then there's a link that'll take us to our Desmos activity. So if you click on that link, it takes you to a page that looks like this. So we're going to go ahead and hit Start the Activity. And here we see our learning goals and success criteria. We'll go ahead and click Next. Now it says the graph below represents two linear functions. The equation for the red line is y equals 1 to the x, and the equation for the blue line is y equals 2 to the x. So the first thing we're going to state is, what do we notice about the difference in the equations? Well, we can say that the red line has a base number of 1 raised to the x. The blue line has a base number of 2 raised to the x. So we just changed the base number. So what is the difference we noticed about the functions? Well, the first one, the red one, is just a straight line, and the blue one forms a curve. So the red line forms a straight line, and we can even say that it's a horizontal line. The blue line forms a curve going up. Okay, so that would be our first one. Then we can move on to the next one. The next one is 2 to the x and 4 to the x. Well, what's the difference in the equation? Again, the base number. So the red line has a base number of 2. The blue line has a base number of 4. What's the difference that we notice? The blue line is a lot steeper. It goes up faster. So the blue line is steeper than the red line. Okay? And you'll do that for each of these. You're just going to state what the difference is. This one is 2 to the x. This one's 1/2 to the x. So we'll state what's the difference in the equations and what's the difference in the graphs. So we'll do that for each of the questions until we get to the end. On slide 12, we're going to make some generalizations. So using what we know, what difference does the base number, for instance, make? So it says, if for this one here, it says if the base value is greater than 1, what does that mean? Well, what we should know is when it was 1, it was a straight line. When it was bigger than 1, when it was 2 or 4, it curved up. The curve of the line will go up as we move from left to right. Okay? And what you should discover is if it's negative, then it goes down and below the x-axis. If it's less than 1, it's going to just go down and so on. So you'll answer these questions, and then at the end, you'll go back to your Google form, click Next. This will send you to your Before You Go. Complete your Before You Go, and then submit your work on Google Classroom.